Thank goodness for autofocus. Alright. A little later leaving the school on a Friday than I'd like to be. It's 4 o'clock. And I had to go back because I left my lunchbox behind. So let's talk about lunch. Lunch is really like to me, my biggest meal of the day. Especially nowadays that I'm working on dropping some pounds and whatnot. I try to make my lunch my biggest meal. Which isn't hard because I'm usually very hungry and willing to eat quite a bit. My breakfast will typically be a banana or an apple, a swig of juice, apple juice. No, not apple juice. Apple juice makes my stomach hurt. Orange juice or some sort of V8 fruit juice or something like that. That's typically what I go for in the morning. And so by lunchtime, I'm pretty hungry. And it used to be in the past that I would pretty much just default to the school lunch. It cost, I think it was $2.35 for a teacher to eat lunch at the school. But now that's more expensive. They raised it up to $3.75, and the school lunch is not worth $3.75 pretty much anywhere. But the ladies took care of me in there. They always gave me double helpings of pretty much everything. And so, it was pretty easy. Didn't have to pack a lunch. Just show up at school. Yum, yum. But that's changed now because I'm not paying $3.75 per lunch per day for 185 days. It's too expensive. So I've been packing my lunch every day. And you'd think by now I'd be used to grabbing the lunchbox on the way out, but I guess today I left it on top of the bookshelf instead of on my desk or off to the corner of my desk, which just further goes to prove that efficiency is key. Because had I put it where it belongs, when I got back from lunch, I wouldn't have forgotten it on the way out the door, and I wouldn't have had to turn around and go back and get it. Wasted me some time. So, that wasn't fun. But lunch, like I said, tends to be my biggest meal. Dinner is comparable, because I usually have more time to prepare it, but lunch typically is dinner's leftovers. And I've found that if we don't eat our leftovers within a couple days of having them as leftovers, they don't get eaten at all. They just get thrown out, which is a terrible waste of food and resources. And the United States already wastes enough as it is. So I don't want to contribute to that if I can help it. So I typically split the leftovers in half, give half to Mary Jane and half to me. But if there's a lot left, I tend to take more. Then I leave her. So I'm trying to get over here. This person is really being annoying in front of me. Any hoosers. And hang on a second. Okay, I'm back. People aren't really sure who has the right of way when it comes time to merge. So my lunch is usually more than my dinner helping was. I eat a standard helping at dinner, and then whatever happens to be left is lunch the next day. And I make sure all of it's used up between Mary Jane and me, so that it doesn't go to waste by sitting in the fridge for 3 weeks and then getting thrown out because it's got fuzzies growing on it. Really, bro? Good when you're merging, you have to yield to the oncoming traffic. It is not their responsibility to slow down for you, because that just backs up everybody else. So somebody needs to let the van and the truck that I just encountered know that. Get on it. Anyway, good grief. Back to food. So, dinner's leftovers become lunch the next day, and lunch is typically more than dinner, which is nice because then when I eat a good lunch, I'm not tempted to snack after school because I'm still full. I can wait until dinner, then dinner holds me through the night. And that's what's helped a lot with the weight loss that I've been experiencing, because snacking and sugar and crunchy things and processed cheese snacks were my downfall. That's where I started to fall apart, and that's what gained me a lot of weight throughout my young adult life, post-college, pre-child life. So yeah, lunch is my go-to meal. I know they say breakfast is supposed to, because you haven't eaten for 8 to 10 hours, that you've been asleep, and your body needs the energy to fuel throughout the day. I am eating more of a breakfast now than I was in the past, in my defense. But I'm still not going to sit down and have, bacon and eggs every morning. One, I don't make the time for that, and two, by the way, that's the phrase I'm going to start using. Not I don't have the time, but I don't make the time, because of our video a few days ago. Or a few videos ago, I should say. So I don't make the time to have a hearty, large breakfast of toast and eggs and bacon and a glass of juice and a glass of milk, or even just pouring a bowl of cereal. And yeah, I don't make the time for that either. It's much easier to grab a banana, which is prepackaged by nature, and walk out the door and eat it on the way into school. So my breakfast isn't that large, so I rely on my lunch to be well prepared. Plus, it helps me in my preparations to do that beforehand. To be like, okay, I know I'm going to be hungry, but I don't want to eat junk for lunch. So what can I prepare now that's going to help me later? It's going to fill me up, but not make me gross. So, just, something to think about. Not everybody's body responds the same way either. But if you're a person that's maybe trying to shed a few pounds, it's also easier with my career to make that a possibility, because I'm not just in my own office at a desk where I can get up and walk to the vending machine, or, take a 20-minute break and go and have a snack or anything like that. So, because I'm with kids all day, constantly, I can't leave them behind to go and feed my belly. So I have to wait until lunchtime. And so I do. But there is still a certain amount of willpower that goes with not having the donuts in the lounge in the morning and the cupcake that the kid brings you for their birthday treat and the cookie at the end of the day that's somebody brought in. It's, you have to think about it, and you have to tell yourself, don't do it. But that's another discussion, another topic for another day, another talk for another day. That's what I have to say about lunch. Okay, bye.